our speaker highlight for our upcoming Biblical Counseling Conference. This is a virtual conference scheduled for October 23rd. Today we're visiting with Chilesa Ready. Chilesa is a licensed attorney. She is an author. She is also a certified biblical counselor. Chilesa will be speaking on the topic, a biblical approach to grief. So we are excited to hear what Chilesa has to say to us today. Welcome, Chilesa.
Welcome, Tim. It's a pleasure to be with you this evening.
Well, Chilesa, why don't you tell us what led you to become a biblical counselor?
Oh, that's a great question. From my background, I might seem a bit schizophrenic because I have a legal background. I practiced law, I've taught school, and done a couple of other things in between there. But I feel like counseling has always been, in those different areas, the skill set that I've used. And so I was working as a minister in my church and felt the need to, in order to better minister to those who would come to me, I wanted to get actual training in what I needed to do. And that is biblical counseling. I mean, that's all we do as ministers, as elders, as, people who are in the church, and as lay members. And so that really is what led me down the path of wanting to get certified in biblical counseling. And it has been very, very fulfilling. So the topic I'll be presenting at the Biblical Counseling Conference is on grief. And I'm so excited that was included as a topic because in today's landscape, as you look around, you see so many who have experienced grief and deep loss. And so I talk a little bit about how grief, yes, absolutely is the loss of a loved one, of a friend, of someone whom you've had a relationship, but also experiencing that loss of, certain opportunities, or a loss of routine, a loss of certain lifestyles. And we've all experienced that over the course of the last year and a half. So I talk about grief in my session. I give some practical tools that we can use, and I share from a biblical perspective what the Bible says about grief and how to handle that. Because, whether you're a Christian or not a Christian, whether you've been in church or never been in church, I feel like because of what the world has experienced, there's so many emotions that you're trying to figure out, how do I deal with this and how do I deal with that? And so having grief included in the biblical counseling conference is a wonderful opportunity for people who are going to encounter others, maybe in your family or in your church or on your job. You're going to encounter others who have experienced grief. It's important that we know, how can we reach them? What can we say to them? How can we encourage them? I think about how many times someone will share, my mom just passed, or my brother died. I just lost a child. And we just have this pause because we don't know what to say. We don't know how to reach them. We don't know what would encourage them. And so some of the things that I'll share during my session will help you do just that. It'll help you get a glimpse into what that person might be experiencing. And certainly it will talk about, what the Bible says about grief, that we should grieve. It's a natural reaction, and how we handle that can make such a big difference in our progress in life and fulfilling our purpose.
Thank you, Chilesa. Hey, I hope you guys can make it October 23rd. Register today. I hope to see you there.